What's up, gamers and geeks? Matt here with That's Fair Podcasting and Gaming Geeks Live. And as if 2026 wasn't already shaping up to be a pretty big year for new IPs, there's going to be a certain familiar pirate turned assassin that's going to be returning to consoles that are going to have much in the way of changes. And I'm referring to Mr. Edward Kenway in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And again, there will be some changes to this remake, but stay tuned. Even though Assassin's Creed Unity is probably my all-time favorite Assassin's Creed game and always will be, it's hard to not call Assassin's Creed Black Flag the GOAT of the entire series. It really is. With the beautiful Caribbean colors and the pirate that you got to play, it's definitely, in my opinion, the GOAT of the series. But if you are new here, please feel free to subscribe to That's Fair Podcasting or Gaming Geeks Live. Like the video, help us in that algorithm if you don't mind. And if you don't do any of those and you just watch this video on the latest that has to do with Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remake, thank you so much for staying with me. I appreciate it. What we know still yet so far regarding the Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remake. Well, first of all, the game format is changing. You're not going to have the single-player narrative that you are used to in Black Flag when it launched, I believe, in 2012, but don't quote me on that date. Could be 10. Was it 10 or 12? I don't remember. I think it was 12. But either way, you're not going to have it. You're going to have the new RPG format that the latter games have used, like Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Assassin's Creed Valhalla and I guess Assassin's Creed Shadows. But that is changing into that kind of format. Now, unpopular opinion, I don't mind that so much. Maybe I'd like to be able to choose what Edward Kenway has to say. I mean, I know he starts off at the beginning as this vagrant, low-life piece of shite, but come on, pirate, hello. And there's also going to be the modern-day Abstergo scenes that you remember going back of more of a modern-day era is gone. All that is completely dismantled. There'll be no modern day part of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. It will all be taking place in the West Indies, which according to some sources is going to add a few more hours on of Edward Kenway's story. The map is going to be the same size in the West Indies as far as the Caribbean is concerned. However, islands will assuredly be filled with more activities to do. They're going to give a lot more player engagement on these islands than what we were used to. It'll be more than just hunting someone down, obviously. You're going to have a lot more side content added to these islands. So that's going to be kind of exciting. I want more to do on there. It can make the game last longer, just as long as this meaningful and impactful content that allows you to do more. Now, the engine used in this is going to be what is called Anvil Pipeline Engine, used by Ubisoft, and this is the engine that they use in Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, I didn't purchase that garbage game Shadows. I did watch it played on streaming sites. I wasn't impressed by it, but the engine with this could be a step in the right direction for Edward Kenway and Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and I'm really looking forward to that because that could be a lot more of a content-filled, enriched game than the original gave us. And also reported there'll be no loading screens. You know, remember when you were going from ship to shore or whatnot? Those loading screens are gone. There'll be zero loading screens. Again, zero modern day play. You're literally the pirate, Edward Kenway, in this in its entirety. And it does make you wonder if they're trying to make up for the loss that their loss from Skull and Bones, because that game was absolute dog shite for a quadruple A game, as they self-proclaim. Now, there's going to be new gear and loot stats for Edward Kenway. However, the story is they're claiming that they're going to remain loyal to the story of Edward Kenway. But again, I don't know if the level up's going to be, if there even is a level up, but there's going to be new loot and gear stats, similar from what I understand that you saw in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So the good news is you can probably wear a piece of armor that's weaker, but you can count it as your strong armor cosmetically. Where, you know what I mean? You remember that? And so that could be a good thing as far as Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Now, the release date has been revealed by sources to be March of 2026. These are reliable sources that are confirming this, although it's not officially confirmed yet. But they're stating March of 2026 is when we can expect the release of the remake of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Now, it begs the question, is this more of a remaster or a remake? I would say it's more of a remake, but if you think about it, it's going to be both. With the updated engine, which means the graphics are going to be better, taking you back to the Caribbean with the state-of-the-art graphics as opposed to something 12 years ago. There's also going to be cut content added to this one. There was some cut content in the original Assassin's Creed Black Flag. They're saying maybe a couple of hours worth to a few hours worth. This is going to be added to the remake and or remaster or both, again, as I put it. And can this remake, let's ask the question, can this remake help what is now seemingly a dying franchise in the Assassin's Creed series? I think it can. I think that this can make Ubisoft some money. But the question you got to ask, is it going to be a question of too little too late? Are they milking something that they can get some money out of? Because let's be honest, Assassin's Creed Shadow didn't make them any money. They're behind roughly over $100 million on that project because they didn't even sell enough copies to break even in what it cost to make and network that game. I feel when it comes to Assassin's Creed Shadow, had they just listened and appealed to the actual demographic of the what makes the percentage of gamers that actually wanted that game to be what it was supposed to be, and by what game I'm referring to is Assassin's Creed Shadows. If they would have listened to the majority of the gamers and made that just an opinion, but from the way it seems like it went, that opinion seems to be more accurate than anything. Had they listened to the demographic of what makes up gamers and made Assassin's Creed Shadows the Japanese game that we all wanted, that game probably would have cha-chinged into a fucking gold mine. Now, as I close out this video, I gotta say, amidst all the remakes and remasters, starting with Bethesda when they remastered Oblivion last year, to this Fallout 4 disaster that they're still trying to fix, all the way to the rumors of the Fallout 3 remaster that's supposed to be coming in the next couple of years, to a rumored and whispered Fallout New Vegas. My question is, with all these remakes or remasters, will you buy Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remake? Again, can't call it a remaster. So much of it's being remade, reformatted into RPG, combat mechanics being upgraded to a gear and loot stat. Will you buy this probably most popular game of the franchise, Assassin's Creed Black Flag? And I'm going to tell you why I will. Because as unpopular as the RPG mechanics are in Assassin's Creed, the series, like Odyssey, and it'll be in Black Flag. That's what I'm looking forward to. Unpopular opinion, I like the RPG mechanics that Ubisoft has brought to the Odysseys, Valhallas, and again, I guess the Shadows. I'm looking forward to being able to use this with Kenway. I don't mind the RPG element so much as most people do in the Assassin's Creed franchise. But in closing, guys, what are your comments? I'd like to know what you guys have to say in the comment section. Are you guys going to purchase Black Flag Remake? I will, because it's Edward Kenway, it's pirates. I'm kind of curious to see how they upgrade the Kenway fleet, the ship battles. So much upgraded just with the engine alone has my curiosity piqued. But guys, that's really all I have. Thank you so much for sticking this video out with me. I sincerely appreciate it. Again, please like the video and subscribe to That's Fair Podcasting or Gaming Geeks Life. And if you don't do any of those and you just watch the video, thank you so much. And to all you pirates and gamers out there, all love, and I'm outro.